Hi, and welcome back to For a Better Self, the channel where we grow, reflect, and take action one step at a time. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever set a big goal and then felt overwhelmed by how far away it seemed? Maybe you wanted to get healthier, start a business, write a book, or just feel more in control of your life. But the gap between where you are and where you want to be felt too wide, so you stop. What if I told you there's a better way, one that doesn't require massive change overnight? Today, we are talking about the power of getting just 1% better every day. It might sound small, but small is exactly the point. This principle is at the heart of the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, and it's the foundation of James Clear's best-selling book Atomic Habits. If you ever felt like lasting change is impossible, stay with me, because this mindset might just change your life. Let's start with some simple math. If you improve just 1% every day for a year, you don't get 365% better. You actually get about 37 times better. That's the magic of compound growth. Small changes add up. Over time, they multiply. Here's an example. Imagine two people. One improves 1% a day, the other gets 1% worse. After a few days, there's barely a difference. After a few months, the gap is massive. After a year, they are in entirely different worlds. It's like interest in the bank account, not impressive at first, but unstoppable over time. But here's the catch. This works both ways. Bad habits compound too. One skipped workout, one extra hour on your phone, one more excuse, repeated daily, and suddenly you are miles of course. So the real question is, what direction are your habits compounding to? The idea of tiny daily improvement isn't new. In fact, it's the foundation of a Japanese philosophy called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. It started in Japanese businesses after World War II, where companies like Toyota used it to improve quality, efficiency, and morale, not with big overhauls, but with consistent, incremental tweaks. Kaizen believes that no process is ever perfect and everything can be improved. That means there's always a next step, no matter how small. Applied to your life, Kaizen could look like spending 5 minutes cleaning your space, replacing one soda with water, meditating for 1 minute, write one sentence in your journal. These aren't dramatic, and that's exactly why they work. You don't burn out, you don't feel big, and you just keep going. Progress, not perfection. That's Kaizen. Let's talk about the philosophy behind this, because science backs it up. In Atomic Habits, James Clear breaks down how small habits change our lives. One of his core ideas is this: you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall into the level of your systems. Goals are important, but systems, the small daily routines, are what actually get you there. Why? Because habits shape your identity. Every time you do something, no matter how small, you are casting a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Write one paragraph, you are a writer. Go for a walk, you are someone who values their health. Choose calm over reacting, you emotionally growing. And the more votes you cast, the stronger that identity becomes. The brain also loves small wins. Each one gives you a dopamine hit, a little reward that makes you more likely to repeat it. That's why starting small isn't weak, it's smart. It builds confidence, builds momentum, and builds a new you from the inside out. We live in a world obsessed with dramatic change. Lose 20 pounds in a month, make 6 figures in 90 days, reinvent your life in one weekend. It sounds inspiring until it doesn't work, because motivation fades, and when the big leap feels too heavy, we drop it. Here's what people don't talk about. Lasting transformation doesn't feel like a breakthrough. It feels like showing up even when you don't feel like it. It feels like brushing your teeth. Boring, automatic, essential. Big goals are great for direction, but small habits are what move the needle. Ready to start getting 1% better? Here are 7 steps to begin today. 1. Choose one area of focus. Not 5, not 3, just 1. Health, mindset, finances. Where do you want to grow? 2. Break it down into tiny actions. If your goal is to read more, start with 1 page. If it is to work out, start with 5 push-ups. 3. Attach the new habit to an old one. It's called habit stacking. Example: after I brush my teeth, I stretch for 30 seconds. 4. Make it so easy you can't say no. Start small, so small it feels almost silly. That's the point. 5. Track it visually. Use a calendar, habit tracker, or app to mark your progress. Watching your stress growing is motivating. 6. Be kind when you sleep. Missing once is human. Missing twice is a pattern. Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. 7. Celebrate every tiny win. Even silently, even with a smile, progress needs to feel good to stick. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing just enough to keep showing up. Let's look at real people who've used the 1% rule. The British cycling team, once mediocre, focused on improving everything by 1%: bike seats, sleep, nutrition, hand washing. 5 years later, they dominated the Olympics. James Clear grew his blog from 0 to millions of readers by writing twice a week without fail. You watching this video, this is a 1% shift in mindset. That's how it begins. Don't underestimate what seems small today. In the future, it might be the moment everything changes. The secret to success isn't in doing more, it's in doing less more consistently. 1% doesn't seem like much, but stacked over days, months, years, it becomes unstoppable. The journey to your best self doesn't require massive change. It requires one small, intentional choice, repeated with love and patience. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be a little better every day. If this message helped shift something inside you, even just 1%, give this video a like. It tells us that this content matters. Subscribe to For a Better Self for more videos like this. Simple tools, real growth, and weekly reminders that you are capable of more than you know. And comment below what's one small habit you are starting this week. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep becoming 1% at a time.